for me to give up? You might be here a while.
Uncle Jack, why are you so angry? It's just Strawberry's honest opinion. What's wrong with that?
Wish I could tear my heart out like you. Everything could be so simple, but I don't wanna be like you, even if it kills me, kills me. I've been where you've been. Only thing that matters is that they'll grow thick skin.
Alright.
Right. Reflection of a
Let's get video games doing stuff, I guess. So last time on At the Ends of Eras, I designed what I think is a cool gizmo gadget. We'll figure it out eventually. And I hope that my neck is better today, because yesterday I did something while like brushing my teeth and I had horrible neck pain the whole day. Even like it was difficult to like drive because like just turning to look was extremely painful. Well, not extremely painful, but like painful enough that like I couldn't do it very easily. You know, if I were to say like a like 1 to 10, it'd probably be like a 4 on pain, where it's like significant enough to affect my movement. But okay. So yeah, last time we made this cool thing. I made a little gizmo to push this out. And for now, this will be good enough for like purposes. Level design purposes, that's what I meant. I was also distracted by the fact that it's getting like hotter and hotter in this room for some reason. Hang on. The temperature is set to like 55 degrees. I don't know why it feels so hot. But okay, so last time I got this part of this chamber done. So I wanted to play through the rest of this to sort of like refamiliarize myself with all of like my video game nonsense. Alright. Okay, so we're in here. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I like using the transparent black here rather than the brown that we had before. I don't know why I thought brown would be the right play. But yeah, this just feels more elegant. But okay. So yeah, let's just go through the typical level stuff. Oh yeah, now there's going to be a lot of places. Oh wait, no, because this section is the same as it ever was. I wonder how I want to make it actually connect together. Oh wait. Tricky to survive there. But yeah, so I think this, for example, this whole area kind of sucks. I think I'm realizing I just don't like making little platforming challenges. I like making things that feel like an environment. Why the hell did I? Yeah, there's also a lot of awkward, like, flow there. Like the fact that you can't, or you can just barely roll jump. And one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is I don't want the challenge of the game to be figure out what exact area you have to jump from to get the one jump done. Or, you know, to, like, get to the place. Because I think the golden example of, like, hard platforming in my mind is Celeste. And in that game, it's actually surprisingly easy to do any particular jump. Like, there's never, like, one jump that's really hard that you have to try over and over to get right. It's instead just combining a series of jumps, and then, like, over time, they get exponential, you know. If it's, like, a 90% chance of succeeding a particular jump, as you get more and more jumps in a series, in a room, that's what actually makes it difficult. But okay. But yeah, so basically I want to tune the geometry of this area so that it feels... Well, I have two conflicting desires. I essentially can't design something to be like Celeste without it feeling unnatural. And so I have the other design goal that I want of, like, I want this place to feel like a structure that exists just because it has to exist. Like, because that's just how it has to work. Not to feel like a platforming challenge. And it's like you're just sort of exploring on it to get up to where you need to be. And that kind of makes that not make any sense in that design. Because I think the rest of the level is getting better at avoiding that sense of, like, a contrived challenge. And I think the other thing is... Oh yeah, because I didn't design this before with the time gun used to be able to just, like, recharge instantly or would drain slower. Okay. So basically, I want to figure out... Let's figure out what the purpose of this room would be, first and foremost. Maybe that'll help me. Because basically, I'm imagining this is the actual main computer, and all of these are cooling pipes. And actually, I want to adjust them. Let's go to Blender. It'll eventually be here. There we go. Optimal medium. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Yeah, so one thing I want to do, I want to change this such that, I think what I want is these two pipes. Actually, no, I think I'm fine without that. I want that to be more structural. I think what I want here is get this... inner? Wait, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. Okay. That's good enough for me. Let's do vertices there. Okay. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this pipe snake up and then connect to this pipe. And the reason for that is because I think that would look neat. And also that would imply that basically what I want it to be is like hot water comes in one way and then cold water comes out the other way. Ow, my back. And eventually I'll also have, whatever I'll have. No, my brain is falling apart. Eventually I'll have the actual, like, thermal goggles in here. Yeah, what if I just get rid of that? And then we just have this actually go like that. There we go. Oh, interesting. Because this is rotated at a 90-degree angle, they don't actually, like, connect together. 30 degrees, maybe? How would this feel? I'm realizing now these pipes are not circular, I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just straight up aren't circular. Huh. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it does make sense because it was a tube that was not at a... Okay. Well, I'll have to figure that out. I don't care. What I can do is I can just get this. How the heck do I fix this, actually? Maybe like that, and then we just do this. And then I, like, figure out how to, like, smooth this out. Actually, dissolve this edge. Is this even at the correct angle now? Oh wait, whoops. Oh right, I love how it lets me use, like, when I press space, it shows me things that I can't use. It's very convenient. But okay. I don't know why it has to be... I don't know why they would have designed the pipe such that it is this way, but it is this way. Okay, let's try to make it so that these two pipes don't intersect so much. How does that feel? Does that look more interesting? Kind of. I think now what I'll do is I'll also have some support structures. Okay. There we are. This? I want it like that. And actually, would I want it to be more, like, deliberate? I think for now this is fine. Okay. There we are. I think that's fine. Okay. Now that I've done a completely unnecessary change to this pipe to make it look slightly more interesting, now we can actually do the actual level design, which was figuring out what the hell this thing is. So yeah, this is a computer. It has heating, or it has like cold water going in, hot water coming out. Those pipes then go somewhere. I think what I should do is then add a little bit of that chamber into here of like having these pipes then connect outward. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then I don't know where these pipes would go relative to those ones. Yeah, what I'm thinking is have something from here. Oh wait. Let's actually just copy like one of these, maybe? Ah. Let's do 8, actually. And then, like, 3. Okay. Smooth. Okay. So yeah, essentially the intention is that these are coming from here. And we don't actually need them to go out that far. Actually, I'm going to put that there, and then, like, center. Okay, so there's going to be, like, a cooling pipe. S-body. And actually, I think what I might do is have this pipe then connect to this pipe in some way. Yeah. I think that's approximately good enough, but what I'm going to do now... put another one here, so that way it implies that, like, the shape is being respected. And actually, I'll even put one here. Well, eventually I'll just put all of these pipes going somewhere. Oh, wait, I know exactly what I want to do. Okay, so if this is the cold water, then that means that this pipe should actually go at a 90-degree angle here. Okay. How is this? This is... okay, this is exactly what I want. So I'm thinking, basically... there we are. And hopefully these still connect correctly. Interesting. The pipe got bigger. What? Oh, it's because I beveled this corner. Okay, I see. Because I beveled the top of this pipe, but not the bottom. And so it's like a different shape. What if I just make it match? Let me just have it go like this. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, this is fucked up. Yeah, okay, this is totally fucked up. I'm gonna not even, like, deal with this. Undo all of this nonsense. Can we undo? Okay, there we go. We can undo. Up to that point, at least. Yeah, so I'm thinking, instead of doing all that nonsense, just have this go this way. And then, get our cursor moved there. Okay, there we go. Now what I can do is I can do a spin. There we go. I like how it's always the wrong way. Like, no matter what it feels like it's just, like, guaranteed. But okay. All of that to say, now we have this pipe doing what I want it to do, which is we have the cold water going in. This pipe burst, though. And then hot water going out. Oop. Okay. And that means that now this area will be the heat sink, I think. Or maybe this area. Or maybe this area is where we get the cold water. That makes sense as well. But okay. Alright. I'm still thinking about how to make these crystals do exactly what I want. Because now they're a little concave. And also, they clip a little bit, which is especially awkward at these edges here, because this is where the player is going to see them. I guess I could bevel them slightly. That'd be fine. But alright. Let's ignore that. Let's get this pipe up here doing the same thing, actually, because we do have, well, no, it goes up here. Yeah, I think now it'd be better to not have the pipes go this way. And I could just delete these two pipes. Hang on, let's put this there. I don't have any idea how Blender's transforms work. Actually, no, I still want those. I don't know what I want. I think I want it to connect somehow to here. Actually, I want a similar pipe to this one. Oh, wait, no. Like that. Oh, wait. We literally just need this part here. Ah, well. Okay, so that'll be center of mass. There we go. And that means this pipe could go actually... If we did this... Oh wait, no. That means that this pipe would have to be like here or something. Which actually I can do that. Yeah, let's have it move this way, and then... Okay. So if I delete this one, and then we have this one... Okay. Does this feel right? Let's see. Yeah, that feels about right. Okay. Oh, wait, but then we should probably have it actually, like, connect to that pipe instead of doing nothing. Can I make this local? Single user, object data. So that means that now we should be able to mess with this. There we go. Okay. So now this is the place where that pipe connects. And that gives us something, probably something interesting, maybe? Yeah, so I think this one now, what I want it to do is exactly as I said it should do, where it now connects to here. And I think I'm just going to make that loop around this way. So basically just get this inner loop region. Oh wait, hang on. What do I want here exactly? I want this exact point to still be here. Let's make this the pivot then. Dot 6. There we go. Which admittedly this didn't actually do exactly what I wanted, but it's okay. Oh, but it has the same issue where... Okay. Don't even bother then. We're just gonna pretend this pipe then somehow, like, merges into that one. Actually, oh, wait, no, that's fine. And that begs the question as to what the heck this pipe is doing here, but that's fine. Well, I could just make it so that one of these pipes is actually, like, ruptured and has the ability to spit the player out. I'll think about it. But yeah, let's just think about this place as a place first. Okay. So if we are here, move this by, like, 5? Okay, so that gets us to the edge, and then let's do one more meter. Okay. So now we have basically pipes. And we should have another one of these here. Actually, this one, it might even be like that. Okay, there we go. And I think then all of these should be a little bit thinner. Because, yeah, these are now the hot water pipes. Do I want... Where is this, actually? What is this a child of? Okay, it's a child of this room. That makes sense. I guess I'll keep this as a child of this room, then? So, does this feel like enough stuff for me to then... I'm trying to figure out, like, where would the player go? And maybe I should figure out, like, should I put these pipes, like, closer together, perhaps? You know, have these all go, like, from some common point and then split out? I think I want to have this thing... First of all, we don't even actually really need a lot of these. Well, I guess we do actually need most of those. Okay, but I'm imagining it as basically like slightly rounded. So that way it feels more structurally sound. And then I think maybe we just have some random, like, struts here. And then the player will climb up those. Because I do want it to have... Well, I still want it to do the same thing, which is... The main challenge I want the player to have is... It's a more complicated version of an earlier puzzle where we have to selectively turn on and off the time slow as we're jumping through things. And the main challenge is jumping through a fan and then deactivating it. And I think I can do that with... We could have some more pipes connected here that are, like, broken. Oh, my back. This is so annoying. It's like, just fix them. Just fix them. Like demo shader preload. Like, can I just save this again? And will that fix it? I mean, I don't even use this, I don't think. And there's like this debug player spawn. I guess it'd probably be Jackie. Anim. Jackie Anim. Or is it player Anim? No, okay, it's these. Let's just fix some random things. Hi, welcome back. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to make this level simultaneously a better, like, video game level. Oh wait, where the heck am I? Oh, I'm on the other side. Yeah, how to make it a better video game level and make it feel more organic. Yeah, because I think I want to integrate the challenge of this area more into the environment. And I've now figured out what this is. It's sort of just a pipe. Well, actually, what would it be? Pipe. So it has a lot of pipes. that are like the cooling and heating pipes for the computer on the other side of this wall. I think I like coming into it this area. Oh, well, there we go. I think these lyrics are too tender and moving for my brain right now. Let's go to this part. We're gonna go to no vocals. Yeah, more stuff that I don't care about. But okay, let's just move around some stuff here so that I can get a better sense of this. I think now what I want is... Oh wait, wrong thing. That actually is a good idea. I should think about that, because I do have a mechanic for Steam. In fact, I could literally put it, like, in here or something. Because, yeah, you go in through a ruptured cooling pipe. Let's get this bad guy. I guess for now... Yeah, for now, let's just have it loop around this thing. Because I think this is still the overall, like, thing that I want it to do. Actually, I think what I might want is you do a bit of platforming to get over to, like, this wall or something. And then there's, like, a little checkpoint there. And then you go over to here. That'd make more sense. Because then there's, like, a little bit of a break in the flow. But okay. And yeah, that can also show, what I want is for temperature dangers to also, or the player to be immune to hot steam when they're in the time slow, because time slow messes with temperature. But okay, now I'm going to say this is where the player gets to. In order to get up to here, let's put this back where it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's fine. And then I want here fountain A or something. Okay, good enough. So yeah, the player gets over to this side by... What if they just go through a fan? Well, no, I don't want a fan just like sticking out, because I want these fans to also be associated with pipes. Because this is meant to be more for like pumping water. And it's just running without it. I could have it launch the player like here. Like maybe there's a gap in the pipe itself. And then there's one running this way. And that would make sense, because this is the direction the cold water runs. It runs into this pipe, and then goes into here, and then it runs out this pipe. Because, yeah, this is the, like, computing unit, or it will be, at least. And all these pipes are the cooling and heating, and probably other things, maybe. Unless I don't feel like it. I guess I could make, like, some sort of, like, line of conduit or something that also indicates, like, the signals going out. But okay. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like the idea of, like, showing the pipe has further damage. And we just have this. Let's do like a that. Hmm. I want it to be like here instead. Actually, what if we had a massive, like, tear right here? Because, yeah, I want it to be, easy for the player to actually get up across this thing. Okay, I see how to... There we go. It'll be like this, basically. And then I'll just have to move that up, so that way there's some contrived reason that they aren't too close together. And then there'll be a fan sticking up this way, and then the player, like, goes through that. Ooh, yeah, and that'd be fun. And that would actually get me exactly the mechanic that I wanted, where I wanted the player to go through the back of the fan to get somewhere. And then I'll make this a bit funky looking. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, interesting, Godot. Hopefully I didn't lose too much. But yeah, I do think... I had a theory that I mentioned last week where if I change something in Blender without saving in Godot, then it crashes without saving. But I don't think that's actually the case. I think it does just crash randomly. But oh well. At least I'm doing more in here. I mean, actually, I could even put the fan in Blender instead. What if we did that even? So we go back to environment, probably ancient fan? Oh wait, hang on. And now, the only thing that wouldn't be saved in Godot is the properties of the fan itself. So yeah, now we could have, like, 25, probably 8 here. And then, yeah, I want to see that fling us that way. Interesting. So now it's just incapable of saving. Does it depend on what I'm selecting at the moment of saving? Does it depend on having certain scenes open? Let's just set this to have 25. Okay, so that worked. So is it because certain scenes can't be open? Let's get global again. Is it because I switched from Blender? So is it because I did that and then saved and then I came back to here? Okay. It seems to be if I'm editing a scene and I change something in Blender and it reloads that scene, then when I go to do whatever I just did, when I go to save, it breaks. Which is a problem because I do that a lot. Because it's like the flow of editing that I use. Because I'm thinking my best bet would be to just do more editing in Blender. Since I have the whole system to be able to like import scenes. And then I could eventually make it so that custom properties could be modified. No, that'd be way too much work. I was about to say I could like add a thing where here I'd like go to the object's custom properties or whatever, and then like wait, where the hell are the object's custom properties? Yeah, here. You know, and then I could have like I don't know. Like velocity. Change that to something else. Like, that would be not very good. But okay, let's at least test this. Oh, I keep going the wrong way because I keep mistaking... Right. This is the level that I am working on. But okay. We can go into here, and then, yeah, our trick... that doesn't actually send us very far. Okay, so I probably need to make that a little bit faster. Okay, so if I save there, and then I do that to save that, and then we let this re-import. If I then did like 61, would it crash? Okay. So I think it is what I thought, where if I have any unedited changes, and then I re-import the scene and save, it breaks. Actually, let's double check that. So if I did like 60 again, edit something in here, re-import with the unsaved changes, and then save. Okay. Why is that a thing that's not... Ah, well. A little faster than it needs to be. But okay, this isn't a terrible, rework. And I think I'd actually like some more patterns then. So yeah, let's go here. Let's do 45 or something. And yeah, I'll have to be careful about saving before I go back to Blender, which admittedly I should have been doing anyway. Just save frequently. But, oh well. Interesting. That's not a thing that should be happening. Yeah, this simply should not be happening, or should not be possible. Alright, just compute the room colliders, compute adjacent rooms. Okay. I don't know why sometimes that just breaks. Why is it breaking? Or breaking? Because this should be, all of these should work. They're all correct. If not room. No such room. Or let's say room is null. Okay, so which room is null? Oh, well, I guess I'm just fucking stupid then. Now the error doesn't happen. Now that I'm printing it. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, that feels like about the right velocity for that. I like how it doesn't... It feels like it's not super inorganic, I don't think. Admittedly, I don't know why you'd put the pump right at the bend there for a water pipe. Especially one that seems to be super powerful. Oh well. But okay, and then I want to go up and around and climb on that properly. Which actually begs the question as to why you would do that instead of just, well, I don't know, I guess it's fine. But okay, so now that's our new location there. So I think then... Do I really want to have more complicated stuff here? Because I think what I might do is just have some sort of interesting, like, repeating pattern on this back wall that just so happens to have our landing point there. And then we can do maybe some more complicated jumping up here. Because I guess what I'm realizing now is I don't actually know why the player would want to do hard platforming when they could just not do that and just kind of like run around and look at stuff. You know, what is the point of a challenge in a video game, actually? Because I realize now, anytime that I play this game, what I really want to do is climb. And I don't particularly care for this hopping through tunnels and stuff. So yeah, what if I just take a break from that? So yeah, we can just have that going through the fan there. I guess for now I'll keep that there. And then, yeah, I'll figure out... So I think what I'd want to do is have this here as like... Oh wait, but the thing is, we should have this like above this. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Make that 3. Make this one 6 then. Actually, make it like 4 for each of these. Because I want it to be like, it's very difficult to get from this pipe over to here. Or maybe it's not. Honestly, now that I think about it, like... Because you can just pop out here. Actually, what if I just close up this section? And then so you kind of have to go through this. Yeah, just make it so that it's like, it's partially ruptured there. Oh wait, did I have unsaved changes? I did. Ooh. So, how do we save this without crashing? Oh, we just do. Okay. Well, at least it's not consistent. Ow, my... Hmm. Okay, so I think what I'd want to do is if we put this here, put this upward a bit more. There we go. See, I'm going to try to figure out a more organic way of incorporating this. Probably just have a length of pipe that goes like from here to here, gapped, or like with like some sort of partial rupture like this, so that you crawl into the pipe, jump out, do your thing, land on this, which should probably have a bevel at the top of it, so that way it's not super annoying to use. And I'll put one here just for symmetry. There we go. So now it's almost octagonal. And actually, I'd like this to go up a bit higher so that it's almost level with that. Because this tube leads into there. Okay. And hopefully there were more unsaved changes. Is it just I have to wait a little bit? And then I can save? Like, is there some sort of background process? I think that might be it, actually. Maybe. Like, it's still doing something with the file in the background or hasn't flushed it? Because it did work when I... Okay, but I don't think I did anything that important here. Yeah, I like moved this up or something. Yeah, I moved this and then I moved this. And then... Let's see if this works, first of all. Actually, this should probably be a little bit more powerful then. I'm going to say 30. And let's line it up reasonably well. Okay. But okay, so now you can squeeze your way almost out of here. I could probably squeeze out. I'll make that possible. So that way the player, if they so desire, they can get out of here a bit early. Though actually, what if I make it so that there is no, this here, and instead, this goes all the way down to here, and maybe it just attaches here instead of doing whatever I want it to do. And then what we can have here is join these together. Ooh, right. I have a good idea. This should be 7. There we are. Ta-da! Okay, there we go. So now you can get out, but it's a bit more risky. And actually, I should probably not have a checkpoint that saves... Well, I could have it, like, up here. That'd be interesting. Because for now, I'm using these visual checkpoints, but in the final game, I think it's just going to be all, like, hidden checkpoints. Right, I need to get that a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so now we can get out of there. There's not much purpose to doing that, except it could make that challenge, or that jump a bit easier. I love how it doesn't do the things that it's supposed to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is... So where do we compute our rooms? So, yeah, I'm going to do, like, compute... Maybe compute a J. Where do we do rooms? Here? Yeah, I'm going to do compute AABBs there. Room is null, let's say... Recomputing... Actually, let's have this be, enter. And I'm just going to do, like, enter. Yeah, it's really annoying how this doesn't save properly. Because, like, these are supposed to be there. Like, there's no reason for these not to be consistent. I mean, I guess what I could do is just else compute AABBs. So, like, every time we start the scene... In fact, that means that I prefer having positive conditions over negative conditions. Okay. So basically now if we close this and then we go back to opulent medium, it should still be perfectly fine, I think. Yeah, okay. And hopefully that doesn't actually... Wait, let's go to our areas, for example. Are these areas... Ooh, no. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. The shape would be that. Okay, good. Wait, is this shape correct? Hang on. I think what I might want to do is actually have a simpler thing where I just get the... Yeah, let's do compute room colliders. Double check that. Because I don't think that looked right. Okay, that is what it is, though. Why? Okay, because this hallway is part of it. Oh, the exit area is also part of the thing here. Okay, so because the exit's part of topside, that has to be spawned as part of it as well. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, so it's perfectly fine to have this here, though actually what I'll not have, or what I'll do instead is I'm going to have function find rooms. So what this is going to do is find rooms, then what we do here is just have that. Rooms are equals that. And I think... yeah, then what I can do is for our in rooms dot values. Hopefully this is like a lazy sequence. No. Let's say for key in rooms are key. There we go. And then we don't need this to be nested as deeply. And then every time we enter this, we're just going to find the rooms. Okay. And then eventually what I can do is actually have find rooms work here. Actually, I can do that right now. Find rooms, enter call deferred. And then return. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do recomputing rooms. So that way, we have like a much more error-tolerant thing. Actually, I'm going to do push warning now. For name. Okay. So now there should never be an instance where that doesn't work. I still don't know why this sometimes just deletes all the rooms on the node, but Godot is the engine that I'm tied to. But okay, that flings us... okay. So let's test this out. Okay. So it's fine, except for the fact that I don't like how I have to ledge grab onto that fan at the end. So let's go back to that. Somewhere in here is a fan. So yeah, I don't like how tall this one is. A few other things that I wanted to change. This one as well, I think might be better off like here. Well, I don't want it to be like directly above that. What if we put this here? This here. Looks like you fly up like that. And this one, probably just a bit more forward. And maybe a little less powerful. And then the other thing that I would want... we could have this... oh. Thank you, Godot. I like how Godot will, like, just select the things that I'm not clicking on instead of the things that I am clicking on. But okay. Now this challenge is starting to feel a little less, arbitrary. I think there as well I should probably have... hang on. Let's make sure no unsaved changes there, because what I'm going to do is here... no, wait, no. That, so that way the player doesn't get blocked by this bar. And in fact, I should probably do a similar thing on the Godot side. I don't like how this bar was blocking me, See, I think eventually this will be a pipe. That's just bent the same way as this one. Okay. But yeah, I like the challenge of basically going through a pipe. Like that. Though hopefully, I'll have to make it so that the player probably is less likely to get damaged by it. But okay, now... Oh, interesting. I messed it up. So, I think... Yeah, I think I messed this one up. Lower like that. In fact, if it's going to be a pipe... Oh, wait, hang on. I just need a another platform square. There we go. It should be literally possible to, like, walk in... Well, actually, I think it'd be more interesting if you couldn't walk to it. Like, if you do have to jump from here to there. I just need to figure out a better place for that jump. Oh. I'm also thinking... Can I actually... Ah, well. Oh, wait. I forgot to actually fix the platform down here, the death pit. Ooh, this is actually going to be... How close are these? There's actually, like, very, very little wall between these two. I'll make it a bit... There we go. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a fun mechanic. Ooh, well... Okay, try this again. Oh wait, no. Let's have this go to 100. There we go. I don't like that jump. And I think we need maybe a little bit more there, because now there's kind of an awkward, like, double, like, kick jump that I needed. So yeah, amp up that velocity a little bit more. Probably back up to 30. Why am I, like... There we go. Okay, what else did I want? I didn't really like this jump. I think I just need to move this down a little bit. Because, yeah, it's at the awkward height. Oh. It's at the awkward height of being, like, slightly too high to jump into, but slightly too low for it to feel like I need to crouch jump. So yeah, I'll just make that a bit more accessible. And I think this is probably at the, like, upper limit of the amount of time I would want to be, or, like, the length of one of these challenges, I'd say. Yeah, it's actually easier if you don't, if you get out of the pipe first. Oh, but now it's a little bit too low for that, and I like that pipe, or I like that movement. So I'm going to move this down, not that. I'm going to click on the thing that I clicked on, Godot. Thank you very much. There we go. How do we, like, why do we, like, totally lose all of our momentum? It feels like this is not working correctly. Like, it feels like I just don't... Like, that I'm just losing momentum. Maybe it's because I'm not holding the left analog stick correctly? Let's make this like 35 or something. I love this. Hang on, what if I just go to move climb? And just re-import this. And hopefully they have their custom animation tracks. But okay, did that fix the warnings? Maybe. Some of them? Yeah, some of them a little bit. Drives me crazy. They have this like whole like UID system and it just doesn't work. This isn't even the right thing. I'm in like the complete... I'm in just not even the right... What? How did it put me here? Huh? It put me in the demo world. Was it because I was fiddling with stuff? Okay, good. And my sounds are still playing. So that means nothing is broken there. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, wait, and then we need our thing there. Right, okay. Right on time. That feels good. That feels fun. And then I want it to be a little bit less directed for some of the other challenges, because now we're getting into sort of like... We just kind of have like a list of things to do. Why did it move? I just hate Godot. I hate Godot. I hate the Godot game engine. It drives me crazy every single time. But okay. So this area feels good enough for me. I can eventually then come in and do an aesthetic pass because I'll just have it be like, you know, there's some sort of scaffolding on this back wall and you jump into it and then you just like climb around in it, I think, rather than having like just one correct path. You just sort of like fumble around until you see the button and then you press that and that opens the door all the way over there. And then you can go up into this stuff and there'll be pipes that are more organic, I think. Like maybe this will have like a pipe that goes this way. Though that begs the question as to why you wouldn't just jump up to here. Which, oh yeah, because you have to go back there anyway. So there's basically two ways of going to there. You can jump through this pipe, go to there, platform up to here, hit the button. Or you can get up on top of the pipe, jump onto here, climb up to here, and then hit the button and then go back up through that. I'm fine with that. And then here we have our next challenge. And I think this one... Am I fine with this one? It might be one where I actually want to have the falling platforms. Actually, this would be the perfect place for one of those falling bridges. Oh wait, no, but I want the falling bridges after we get the what have you. Yeah, the falling bridges will be happening after we get the capacitor, because they indicate that the world is like falling apart. Hopefully the player remembers that they can hold select to restart from the checkpoint, because otherwise that would be an awkward fall right there. Especially if they hit, well, even if they, yeah, if they accidentally trigger a checkpoint again, that'd be horrible for them. Maybe I should just put invisible death planes, but no, what if the player deliberately wants to jump back down? Because there's no fall damage in the game. Well, I could just add fall damage, actually. Like, they just splat into this. But okay, and I think I'm going to have a similar thing on this side, where all of the pipes are actually the heating pipes, and then the cooling pipes... So the cooling pipes will come from the bottom, and then go up, as if they're like from some sort of reservoir. And the heating pipes, or the hot water pipes, will basically come back into here, and this will be our heat sink. And I think there'll be like a much larger thing out here. Okay, I have a vision now. Because yeah, I want it to basically be... This area won't have any particular platforming challenge, it'll just be a big space where you like jump. Actually, why is the game so weird looking out here? Oh, I see. The reflection probes aren't existing. Yeah, this one or... Okay, this one is the one that's supposed to be this way. There we go. And you used to be able to select the center, like where the reflection was from. But it looks like you can't do that anymore. Oh, wait, no, you can. But you just have to, like... do it here instead of like having a little thing you can control, which is unfortunate. Huh. Oh well. There's not that many reflective things in here. But yeah, this area could have a bit more stuff in it. I want it to be another place that's kind of just like a massive space for the player to climb around on and have fun with. Ooh. I don't know what happened there. That was a very interesting, Oh, did Razia, like, somehow activate the... What just happened? Razia somehow nabbed the capacitor. What the heck, Razia? Oh, I see what it was. Okay. I think. So I should basically have a room that is interior. Okay. I see what it is. Basically, this box here, this capacitor room. It's about yay big, which actually... Oh, wait, because near capacitor... What is this room? Hall to area. Okay, so this should not be called that. We should instead have another visit area inside of this. And yeah, I'll need to rework this room anyway, but let's have this be area 3D, or visit area, actually. Opulent, medium, near, capacitor. And this should have, I think, mask 2, layer 7. And then... there. So yeah, basically the issue was this should only be reachable if we're actually inside the room, not from the exterior, which is possible with the full thing. Okay. Why is this not... What? Hang on. Transform, scale. Did I scale this or something? Ow. My back is still killing me. But okay. Not too terrible. Razia got the capacitor early, though. So now we have to... I like this area. Though also, square platforms should have... actually, what are our other errors here? I don't care. Oh wait, resource file not found. Opulent medium TSCN expected type unknown. Who cares? But okay, this thing, I think 9 is our camera. Okay. So yeah, now we can just enjoy the fog. Yeah, the fog makes this like an actual location. I should have these, like, rotate randomly, I think. Yeah, and this area is nothing particularly interesting. I think this would be another area with, like, the pipes connected to it. Oh, wait, I should probably, like, have my thing on. Because, yeah, this is just, like, the default lighting of, like, to mimic a character's ability to feel the walls, basically. And to just make it so the game is semi-functional, even when you're in darkness. Yeah, here's our actual thing. Oh yeah, there's one enemy in here right now. Who can't damage us. Because, God knows why. And here will be, I guess, where the water is coming from. Wait, is this working? Oh, I see. Yeah, so here you can see I'm kind of like... I was kind of like losing energy, so I was just making whatever. But it's fine. And here you actually have to get into here. Does this place still work? Yeah, this should still work. Wait, what the heck was that? What is this? Oh, that's awkward. Especially since it kind of like... Yeah, it kind of harshes my flow. But okay. So we need to figure out that, which was probably... Actually, before we do anything... Wait, do I have 2 copies of At the Ends of Eras up? I do! Save and quit that one. Okay. So let's fix that pipe real fast. That's probably from here. I probably didn't do a very good job with this, looks like. I think. Huh. No, it seems like we got past that part just fine. So it's at the next fan? Okay. What is this? Ah, it's this pipe. Okay. I'm well. I'm doing some, what have you, level design. Okay, so I want to fix this then. I think basically just move this whole array outward a little bit, like just that. Yeah, that's fine. We can have some conduit in the back here. Because, yeah, I don't want to put too much thought into how to make all this work. Oh, wait, hopefully... Okay, good. That has the things there. So, yeah, I gotta make sure to let the scene re-import and sit for a little bit before I, like, make any changes and save it. But okay. I'm happy with that. Oh, yeah, and then I need to make sure that this pipe is actually, like, attainable. Or, like, the player can actually get out without having to do, the high jump, which I don't think I ever tutorialize. And then we crawl out that way, which will be quite a challenge with this current setup. But I'll ignore that for now. Let's see. There's some combat. There's gonna be... I guess at least 4 large areas like this. Because, yeah, each one has, like, several different sub-rooms. But okay, let's actually make this thing work. So now... I'm gonna... probably just, like... How do I want to do this? Maybe, like, this. Yeah, that seems fine. So that way it's very unlikely the player will see it from the outside. Because they'll be looking at it from down here. And maybe from, like, over here. But yeah, that will be a good surprise for the player. And I don't know if they can get up here. But okay, and I think I could try to do whatever I need to do with this, like climb out of this now. Do I want to bother with that? No, because this isn't going to be the final configuration, so I don't need to, like, sweat it. It is cool, though. I really like how this kind of, like, pushes the player's movement to the limits. Ooh. Oh, and then I'm here. I'm God knows where. Oh, interesting. When the player teleports, it doesn't reevaluate the physics. But okay, I think that's good for there. What I want to do now... Oh yeah, this song. No, this isn't the 17 minutes of silence. This one's just very quiet. Okay. So I think what I want to do for this one is I want to make it a sphere now, or I want to make it a cylinder. So I'm going to call this a heatsink. And do like 28 again. Do I want this? Is this right? Do I want it to be this large? Maybe I want it to be smaller. Because, yeah, it's basically going to be completely replacing this whole section here. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be heat, sink. And this will be heat, sink, room. Okay. Actually, what if I make it so... Actually, I want to do this and this. I want it to be, like, perfectly aligned with that. Okay. And then I want to delete this entire wall, I think. How do I delete this without messing up everything else that's here? I know. Get all of its children. There we go. Then yeah, we're just going to completely delete this room. Actually, I'm going to keep that one, though. Yeah, what do I want here exactly? I think I want, something like this. Okay, so this is now going to be maintenance 3 walls collision. Okay. Oh, and also we need to do, there we are. Oh. Yeah, my back could be better. Okay. But okay, so I think these 2 pipes should be gone because, yeah, we're going to have 1 pipe come out here, another pipe, another pipe. And then these pipes do who knows what. Oh, they go down here. Okay, that makes sense. And that means they should actually go somewhere over here. In fact, what we might want is to connect these 2 pipes together. But alright, I'm thinking too hard about it right now. So is this the hall? This thing is now going to be part of this. So this is going to be hall exterior. And I think what I want is a similar thing where I'm going to get the bottom half of this. Maybe like the bottom third of it. Something like that. And then also move this a little bit more. Okay. No, and I do like having that there. Alright, I'm going to think about how to make this work a bit better. Because I think my first action is to make it symmetrical, because I just like that idea. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so if I did vertices there, that gets me almost everything I want. Okay. Take your time, Blender. Okay. Only issue is I did not do that correctly, so I'll just ignore that. There we go. Okay. And I kind of want this to come out like that. Do I actually... I think I want it to be a bit more, I'm not sure exactly. I think I just want some big contraption in here to take up most of the space. And then there's going to be like a big open chasm out this way. In fact, I can probably just do that already. Oh wait, no, this is exactly what I wanted. Okay, because what I'm going to do now... S... Z... Oh wait, no. E... S... Z... There we are. So yeah, this whole thing is going to be connected to a massive cave, I think. Wait, got 8. Okay. Hmm. Okay, and now we need to do our recompute and compute. Okay, so our final little piece of this will be that. And also, how is this so big? Hang on. Which thing is gigantic and infinite? Oh, the opulent medium itself. Oh, because I made it giant on purpose, so that way I didn't have to worry about, like, doing anything with the chunks. Okay, well, let's make it smaller for now. So I think this side... I'll keep that there. Okay, because I think it'll be mostly there. And I guess it makes... I guess it's fine that it's all like one big cylinder. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. I gotta lay down, rest my back a little bit. Okay. I need to... Okay, back soon. Okay, I'm back. I also took the opportunity to use the bathroom and check on my chicken that I'm making. I'm slow cooking some chicken with salsa, and I added some hot sauce and lemon juice to it, and it's pretty good. So now I'm just waiting for the chicken to fall apart. It'll be another 2.5 hours or so. And then I think I'll probably put that chicken in empanadas. That'll be my next goal. But okay, I think what I want here is... Oh, but because this is mirrored, I'm going to need to have... Hang on, I have a good idea. I'm just going to have a door. No imp. So basically, I'm just going to have some Boolean modifiers to cut holes in this thing. Alright, let's see. Where do we need these doors? I think that's about right. So yeah. Wait, no, wrong thing. So now we do a Boolean. Door, no imp. Okay, so that should then have the effect of... So if we hide this door... Okay, good. Now we have our way in. And we don't need this anymore, so what if I just remove it? Okay, and then I think we'll want one more Boolean modifier to carve a little doorway here, maybe? Or... Right, I was gonna do basically something like this. And then we can have this go around, like, this way. Yeah, I want it to be basically, like that. And I kind of want to have... I'll figure out how to make that do what I want soon. We're gonna have this. Let's do like this will be our other doorway, or like passage. Okay. And this will just get this dissolve there. No, dissolve vertices. There we go. Oh, wait. That means that I need to do... Hang on. Grid fill this, and then delete these, and then move this down such that it looks nice. And I think what we can do then is have this... Hang on. How do we actually, like... There we go. And then we do that. Okay. Now we have something that can like cut through kind of. And then what I want is for this to have another Boolean modifier. And this will be passage no imp. Okay, and then we hide that. Wait, hang on. Oh, I see. Hang on. Wrong button. Okay. Okay. That should be fine. So they should have subtracted the thing. Oh, I see. There we go. Okay. And now the question is, how do I make it so that this... Maybe like that, and that'd be good enough for me. And then what we can do is we can have something go down here and have some cool pipes and stuff. And yeah, and then I'm going to completely remove probably all three of these. And actually, hang on. Make this a little bit bigger in all regards. So that way we have this now. Okay, that seems fine. Oh, wait. No, we do want those still. Okay. Delete these. No, I think this is just fine, you know? I think these, though, can go away. And probably these two... I mean, I need to then figure out how to make this connect with this again. Probably just have another maintenance hall right here. Yeah, so we'd like crawl down here, go here, and then there'd be a little cutout right along this side, perhaps. That makes sense. And I'm going to delete these pipes for now, because I don't need them. And then, yeah, we'll have something big and cool in here, spiraling outward. And also, I'm seeing this room is very, very close to this one. I'll have to figure out how those connect. But okay, now the question is, why would this exist? And why would this be separate? I think I'd like this to have windows that read, or that peer into here. Though I'm not sure, I think this room should also be more of like a side room. But okay. Let's actually add a cavern here. And we're going to have another... Going to be cavern room. Interesting. That's what I wanted. Okay. Have this connect such that it makes sense that they had some sort of thing here. Okay. There we go. So yeah, this will be some sort of unfathomable, infinite... And probably connect into the other part of this. Yeah, I think these should probably be connected somehow. So, smooth. Oh, wait, no. I appreciate how Godot always has my back, but okay. That begs the question as to how I want to make it so that this thing... Okay. Chop these up. And then, what if we just grab all of these and just Control T? Wait. There we go. Okay. Probably good enough. Oh, and then also I want to do, grab that. There we go. There we are. And then we can have these fiddle around a little bit. Okay. So there we go. There is our chasm. And I'm thinking this one's going to be unique in that it's going to have its own reflection probe. So let's now get this thing recalculated as well. Okay, so I'm going to add a reflection probe to this. And it's just going to be black. I'm going to say, yeah, about there. Okay. Oh yeah, and also this thing needs to have the double-sided shadows. And same with this thing, actually. Okay. And now we can go back to our reflection probes. So we'll have this, have a little bit of light come out this way. And, ooh, now this death plane. I'm going to put this in... So how much is in maintenance 3 and how much do we need in maintenance 3? That fountain is there. Those don't need to be there. That needs to be here. In, the heat sink now. And actually, no, it's going to be in the cavern. You know, I think this heat sink, or this death plane might need to be, I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that. Because I want it to be basically, doesn't affect anything there. I think that's good, but it is a little bit past the boundary there. Oh yeah, we need this thing to blend a little bit more. Yeah, let's say that's about fine. And actually, I think I might push this right there, so that way it feels a bit more organic. Okay. So now we have a gigantic chasm. And actually, that means we don't even need this to be very deep like this, because if this is going to be obscured... Wait. Delete the vertices there. Just have these kind of come down. Like that. Oh, I see. There we go. I want that to be like that. And then that goes there. Perfect. Okay, and then let's make this also have the terrain. And this will have the copper. Okay. This will also have copper. This thing as well. I actually really do like, I've said it before, I really like the look of the shadows, but because the terrain is actually going to have, there will be terrain above all of this, which will be funny to try to figure out how to make that, like, exist. So maybe I should make all of these ruins, and then figure out, like, where in the terrain they'll fit. How long is this thing anyway? I think these are like... These rectangles are like 100 meters, because this is one. So that means these are presumably 10 to... Let's try to figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's 8 meters. So this is 64 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, let's just go up one level higher even? No, we can't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. $960. Okay, so I was about right. A kilometer long. That's fun. Hmm. And I think that kind of shows how the game's scale won't be too big of an issue because the player just covers a kilometer pretty quickly. Okay, but this will also be copper. Anywhere here that I need to redo? I don't think yet. Yeah, I think the rest of this is fine. Now the main thing is figuring out how to get back around here into here. I'll just add a little maintenance chamber. So this will be maintenance 4. For walls, collision. Oh, wait. There we are. Because I want this to be kind of centered right there. Oh, there we are. Do I want, more here? I'll connect... I might actually connect this whole chamber together. Nah, I won't bother. At least not yet. I will, however, make this vaguely resemble this structure. As if, you know, there's been some sort of, I don't know. There's some sort of need for it to be structurally sound like that. Though admittedly, I should probably then make smaller, like, modular pieces and then build the structure out of those. But for now, this will be fine. Wait, why are these so weird? Hang on. Center of mass. There we go. Okay, good. These are still linked even though I changed their origins. Okay, but that makes those a bit better. And we actually don't really need these to go all the way down like this. We can just have them go like that. And that means that these can go a little bit down further. So that way, it's a little bit less stuff that's overlapping. Or a little, you know, fewer rooms that are like directly connected to each other and have to be connected. Oh, yep, welcome back. More Ends of Eras. I've made a gigantic chasm, and now I'm trying to figure out how to connect this room to this room and the other room. Which I think will involve something like this. Yeah. So let's try getting this here. Okay. There we are. Why is this not... Is this floor not level? I think this floor isn't level. Yeah, it's slightly off kilter. Hang on. Yeah, okay, so push these all the way up. Oh, wait. Why is it? It's so weird. I know what to do. Exactly. Unfortunately, I was responsible for all of the flaws. All of the kiltering and unkiltering. There we go. And that's basically good enough. And I think what I can do here is I can also play with having like a pipe here to justify the asymmetry. Because right now the reason for that is because there's another room right here. But okay, I'll call that fine. And then the main thing I'd want is to connect these two rooms together. Oh, right. Let's do like this. And then I think, right here. Did I flip something else? No, okay. I didn't flip anything, I guess. Which is confusing because I clearly did, but oh well. But okay. So now we can have one more thing, because this is going to be passage 2. No imp. Oop, wrong one. There we go. And so that means that I can hide that. There we go. And then this thing. Wait, actually, make that ever so slightly bigger. So that way, when I grab this thing, oh wait, I see. They have gone slightly... Hang on, .8. So that way we scale along the center. Because basically what was happening is moving a little bit backwards like that, because they're scaling relative to that point. Okay. There we go. So now we have a way to get around here, climb down into some points, get into there, and eventually I can make that look better. But for now, that'll be fine. And so we have the 3 little doors there. So yeah, now my next step is I'm going to make a big, cool heatsink here. I've also been dealing with some neck pain. But okay. I'll ignore that for the time being. Cylinder, I'm going to say 14. And I think I'll make this similar to how I made the computer, which is I'll just do some, like an object here, and then I'll have like 7-fold symmetry. Which does make this in a bit of an awkward position. I'll figure it out. Maybe it'll be subtly asymmetrical or something, but okay. Basically, the way that this thing will work is... Let's have, like, heat components. And this will be like heat sink main. Let's look up like a circular heat sink. Or like a circular air cooler. Trying to think of like a water cooler. No, not a water cooler as a thing. A water cooling system. A radiator is what I'm thinking of. Okay, and we could have the pipes all come through and all do things. Okay, so I think I want something like these. So why do I have back pain? I did something, I think I moved weird. Yeah, I was brushing my teeth. Yeah, because I wound up hurting my... It's mostly my neck now. I'm going to call this... See, do I want this to do anything fancy? I think I'm going to do... that. And then I want to actually have... No, wait. We shouldn't have, like, gigantic, ultra-thick panels here. That doesn't make any sense for, like, an actual real-world radiator. Let's call this heat component dash collision, because I'm basically going to put a bunch of meshes on this. And then .6. Oh, wait, no. We need a calculator. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not yet. I'm gonna see if it improves. Yeah, if it's not significantly improved by, like, I don't know, tomorrow or something, I probably should. Oh wait, I can literally do this. What do I want to do with these? Actually, I should probably have this be an array modifier. Ah, well. Or like a solidify or something like that, rather than doing it this way. But that'd be annoying. Okay. Okay, there we are. So that is not... This isn't really anything. Yeah, I don't like this. What if I get this whole side first? Yeah, I'm gonna try making a, Oh, wait, no. Y is what I need. There we go. Okay. Solidify that by, like, 0.2 or something. Let's do, like, 1, maybe. Okay. Oh, wait, I see. Eh, this isn't gonna do it. This doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. I don't think. Oh, and the modifiers aren't even applied correctly. Wait, no. Keep these, because I still need these, actually. Remove this. Try this again. So I'm thinking now I'm going to think more about, like, structural support. Okay. So we'll have to figure out... We'll have to readjust that door, probably, but that's fine. And then I want a cylinder here. Oh, wait, no. Let's do 2. Let's do 6. And now I need to figure out how do radiators actually do things. Because, yeah, it's just a coil of water. And then it has a bunch of, like, panels in it or something. And let's try to get the, Oh, I see. This whole thing needs to be rotated by 180 degrees. Get all of these and attach them to, Oh, wait, no. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we're going to have all these pipes go through and then connect to this. So, like, this pipe will go to here, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So do I want to have the pipe actually... How would we do a giant radiator? I think we wouldn't have these be pipes like this. They'd split off into smaller and smaller pipes. Like, you'd basically have, like, you know, a big tube here that, like, gradually shrinks down like that and has a bunch of smaller tubes going up into something that are, like, snaking around. And then they'd go up to the top here. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. Oh, hang on. There we are. Hmm. And I think I'd like to have a bit more three-dimensionality to this as well. But yeah, so basically these are like massive, or these are large pipes of water. Then they split out into all these little smaller pipes. And then these smaller pipes will probably spiral out like this way, I'm imagining. And then they'll do like classic radiator style stuff. So what I'm going to do is actually have this as another thing. Object. No, wait, no. Center of mass. There we go. And actually, for now, what I'm going to do is generate an array of these. Yeah, let's say 28 of them, and then we're going to have actually a constant offset in the x-axis. And there we are. There we go. And then, yeah, these will be complicated stuff. Let's get like this. Spin. That's what I need. And I'm going to move the Y just a little bit. That seems fine. Hope you get better. Thanks. See you soon. Oh, speaking of getting better soon, my back hurts. Okay, so I think actually what I'd want here is 130. Or let's say, yeah, 180 minus this. Or actually, let's just do this minus 180. Okay, 128. Item... Oh wait, no, let's not do that. Let's do, this divided by 7. And then minus 180. Okay. So I'm going to have this be our, like, extrusion slope. And I'm going to do, what do I need? View. I want the cursor's Y position to move a little bit, there. Okay. So now when we spin, we're going to do that instead. And then spit that out like that. There we go. Okay. And I should probably also have, like, some sort of reference here. Oh, did something weird. Okay. Get a circle. So this is going to be like heat reference. No imp. I'm also starving. But okay. Let's then do a... This is going to be tricky. Because yeah, I basically want to have this here. Well, I guess that's fine. Okay. Let's do another Alt-E. But this time... There. Oh, wait. 3? There we go. Oh, wait. I don't actually need to do that anymore, because I need to do it this way. Actually, I don't even need to do it that way, because I need to actually array modifier put these together. Because otherwise it's going to get even more and more annoying to attach these. So if I grabbed this... Okay, and if I make this its own thing... okay. I see how I can make these work. Make this its own object. Okay, and that's arrayed as it should be. And then this is going to be there, I guess. I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take this, or put its, origin to 3D cursor. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing for this thing. Because what I can do now is... Oh, wait, no. Oh, but this... hang on. How do I fix... This is almost where I wanted it to be, except for the fact that it's not where I wanted it to be. It's not going the way that I wanted it to be. And now I need to rotate it about this axis. It'll be easier to actually just, okay. Go back to the drawing board here. What we need is to do spin -180. There we go. That's not what I wanted at all. There we go. And now what I can do, I should be able to do, hopefully, is copy this. Like that. There we go. So now what I can do is I can have this thing attach gracefully here. Double check, make sure that this works. Okay. So I think the only thing that we would need is to change where this is rotated at. Or basically, hang on. There we go. Trying to figure out how this will work. Let's make this line up here, and then I'm just going to move this thing here. Where am I? There we are. And that'll be fine. Because basically what I can do is I can then, oh yeah, I keep forgetting. It's all the way down here that this thing is. Okay, this, I'm going to kind of just play with, like, the excess here for a little bit. Okay, so I think what I need is this. Whatever. And then we'd probably have to have these, like, go back to something or other. Ugh. Okay. And actually, they kind of happened to work out that. Okay. So then what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to add an extra little pipe here. Yeah, I'm thinking we grab something here. Selection there. So this will be like pipe inner dash collision. Something like that. There we go. So I wonder how well this would work if I just grabbed these. So I think now what I can do is I can get each of these little sections here. Attach them to, like, one of these. And then, actually, do these, like... It feels like these are slightly off. Oh, they are. Okay, well, that seems to be fine enough for me. Okay. So I'm thinking now... We get this thing, get its children. We get all of them. Actually, I'm realizing that is the main issue there. Ooh. Because we should actually not have this go all the way rotated that way. Yeah, if we just do that instead. Get the children, get this. There we are. This is like the most opulent thing that we've made so far. And now the big question would be, how would we actually even, like, attach these things to them to make it make sense? But let's make sure that the actual, like, performance isn't, like, horrendously bad. Yeah, let's do our recomputations. Okay. Anytime that I like put tension on my neck to like do anything, it hurts. But okay. We need to do new game. Oh right, that doesn't work. Actually, I have a good idea. I can just debug load Razia 2. Okay. Global debug load Razia 2. Okay. Alright, so now we need to go this way. Do I want to play much... Like, how much do I want to actually do here? I think I'm just going to do... Toggle, no clip. Yeah, because I like the thing here. I like the computer, and this will eventually have the machine for, yeah, all of that stuff to move. Because each of those panels will be attached to some machinery. And I should double check to make sure that I can actually like, get up here. Because the player should have the time gun now. Ah, whatever. Hang on. We need this anyway. Ooh, hang on. Why is this not in the heatsink room? But okay. Is the heatsink room available? Okay. It is. But okay, this doesn't seem too bad for performance. So it seems like it won't be, like, devastating. But now, it is just a big fucking thing, which is cool. I like that. But okay, is this thing properly, like, I don't think this thing's in the room properly. Okay. So now, we can get our heatsink things. I'm just going to call these, like, pipe. And actually, probably get these as, like, copper corroded. So that way we have a little bit of contrast between these areas. But okay. Oh wait, and what are these pipes? Pipe inner. Okay, this will be fun. I like having, like, the weird, complicated thing here. Ooh. Okay, let's stand right about here. Okay, now we can see... When we're in that room, we can't see this room, and then when we're in here... Let's see. Okay, and now we can see it because this room is adjacent to it. And I'm also seeing... Not going crazy or anything. Because it is quite detailed, but it's also not, crazy. But okay, this will be fun. I like the idea of just like... Yeah, I think this weirdness is what the game was missing. Just like, here's a big fucking complicated thing. Figure out your way through it, you little rat. Alright, hang on. The music's getting too loud, I'd say. Okay. Yeah, here we are. And I think this is much more fun than having just the big whatever I had on the other thing. But okay. Ow. Oh, yeah, my back. And then, that place is still off-center, but it's not that weird, I don't think. Where's that light coming from? I would really love to have shadows, though, in here. And actually, here we could have some of those pipes spewing steam. That could be interesting. What is that? It's like a little cube, I guess. I guess I added something that I forgot about. But okay, that should be good. So I think it's part of this thing at this edge here. Ah, I see. Oh, I see. It's literally just that. And this works as a little set piece, I think. And of course, in reality, there'd be then even smaller pipes, or like hundreds of smaller heat sinks coming off of these pipes, because they're still like a meter wide. They're like gigantic pipes. And there'd be support structures and extra fins and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff I could do with this. And then I should figure out how to actually like make this part navigable down here. Or maybe not. Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably make it more prone to like killing you, even. But okay. Alright, so we have just like a little, almost like respite here. And then we're like, what the heck is this thing? And then it's like, oh my god. A huge contraption. Okay. And also, let's put that checkpoint a bit more visible. And you know, I might still want to have visible checkpoints. Ah, dang. Thankfully, I literally just moved one thing. I moved to readjust my headphones and the pain. I'm trying to think how I should best handle this. Okay, get this. Bring it up. Okay, because at least we have a start on my, like, weakest area. Okay, get this thing as well. It's going to be copper. Just corroded, though. And then here... Okay. You know, I think I want this thing to have a bit more... Yeah. Basically move this a little bit such that we can see where this pipe intersects. Oh, wait, hang on. We have to do here. There we go. Oh. Let's do like that, maybe. There we go. Hang on. Let's get this as its own thing, because this is going to be now our joining pipe. Oh wait, did I get... Hang on. Hide this thing. Okay, this is going to be pipe joiner 1. Okay. Okay. Let's do this, and then we're gonna have this just go a little bit this way. No, not that way. I think what I want is like a 60-degree bend here. Or maybe I'll just do another 90-degree and then we'll just come out this way. And look at that, the first time ever. Okay. Oh, wait. Get this a little bit up. Okay. Spin 90. Negative 90. Can't win them all, I guess, but okay. Think about there. Means that if we get this... So I think now this is actually X. No. Okay. I like that it never preserves the settings there. I think that's pretty cool. But okay. So the main thing that I need is... What if I just... Hang on. What if we move this so that it's there? And then we just have this thing do that. And actually we can just have this whole thing here scale upward until it works. Actually, I have a better idea. Delete those vertices, get this thing right there. Get that there. Okay. So this is almost where I want it to be. Oh, but I see that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, what if I just don't have that then? Why did I even design it that way if I could just do it this way? Because like nobody's really going to be able to tell. But okay. Get X a little bit. Negative 90. Yeah, because we could literally just do that. And now, it connects very, very closely. And I'm kind of interested, what if I did this? Oh wait, no, this needs to be center of mass there. Smooth. So I'm thinking like, if I did Alt B RX. Oh wait, hang on. If I could press escape. If we get this. Ooh, but that doesn't get me where I want. Why does that not work? Oh, it gets me here. But right, because this one is... I don't get it. Oh, I guess because this one's in a completely different location than the other one was anyway, so, like, this doesn't even make sense here. Well, let's put that there, and then I'm going to figure out how to connect this pipe in a way that makes sense, which is basically just to, get this thing. Okay, so I think what I want is this, this, and this. Okay. So the big downside of this is going to be... So if we extrude this, or spin this... Oh, wait, okay. It is exactly where I want it to be, I think. No, wait, hang on. Wait, is it? No, it's not. It's just because I almost had it exactly where I wanted it to be. But okay, I wish I could snap to, like, the exact local direction that I wanted. But what I can do instead is just cancel that rotation. Get this. Get this a little bit... That's not what I wanted. Okay, and then what I can do is... Oh, wait. I should have put this where it was supposed to be. Well, I thought that would work. Well, actually, that basically works. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hide that as well. So yeah, now we have these basically in a continuous thing, and then I'm gonna just do that, get the other pipe right there. Okay. And then also these should be smooth, I think, except for the parts that shouldn't be smooth, which are the Where are they? Let's just mark all of these as sharp. There we go. And all of these should be smooth as well. All of these should be smooth as well. Beautiful. Right, and then also... Oh, wait, no. Okay, that's correct. Okay. And we can assume that the pipes here somehow all work out in a sensible way. You know, there's some sort of secret connection between all of them. Which actually, we can have a little bit of a... I'm going to get one of these. Put it here, right? Connecting these two. Okay. Yeah, and then this one goes through there into that place. Oh, wait, hang on. But there's a tube right there that should be there. And I'll leave that as a discontinuity that I'm fine with. But okay. And this thing, I'll say that this should be smooth. Okay. And now this thing needs to be a little bit moved. And this one goes into maintenance 4, which is all the way down at the bottom past every single thing because it always expands every node. And crashed. Okay, interesting. So now I can't even reparent objects. Thank you. Okay, I think, Trying to think, what are the last things that I want to do? Because I think the player can get up into here, and then they can get down to something down in here. But let's just add a death plane here. Is that in the right place? Okay, it is. Yeah, we can save that. Okay, good. Game didn't crash. We got like 1 meter of breathing room there. Okay. There we go. This part... Does this part need anything? No, that doesn't need anything. This part, though, does need a little, death plane down here. And then this one is fine as it is. Okay, so this will be maintenance 1. Okay. And then I guess I should figure out if I want that little box there, because it is kind of weird to have that, but I guess I'll keep it. But okay. Oh wait, this is gonna be... Oh wait, no, it's not gonna be that bad to figure out. Okay, yeah, because they don't intersect. Or they don't, like, have any sort of, like, yeah, complicated boundary. Okay, there we go. So now we have that. We have this room. There's no rooms where you can accidentally die when you shouldn't. Okay, and then I'm just going to put one little panel square. There we go. There we go. And so for now, that'll be our massive jump. Okay. Oh yeah, and there's one more up here. Okay. Oh wait, no, we don't need that there. We need this there. What? Oh, I see. I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. Oh. Okay, let's do one more run through and see if I can actually get to the exit. And then I'll call it good. Yeah, because it'll be kind of a clusterfuck. Which is deliberately the point. But it's actually not too... yeah. If you know where you need to go, it's not bad at all. And I think then I'll add more, like, inner working stuff here. To make it feel really, well, to one, make it easier to actually get from one place to another, but also to make it feel like downright labyrinthian. So that way you can't just, like, do what I just did there. But okay. Oh, right. Our pipes are a little... Double check this is saved. There we are. Anything else here? No. Okay, those look good. Except, this doesn't look good, because that needs to be there to hide our discontinuity. And also, I'm realizing this wall is like inches thick. Wait, no it's not. Wait, huh? Oh, I see. Those go deeper than they need to. That makes sense. But okay. So now we have an even bigger, crazier structure. And yeah, this can then be made even larger, or more detailed, which will help accentuate the sense of scale on it. And then here as well, we'll have more like stuff going on in these big chambers. Because yeah, right now all you have to do is jump down to here. And then congratulations. You have now opened one of two doors, and now you need to go that way as well. And this door was not supposed to be locked? Oh wait, no, because I no-clipped through it, so the thing is broken. Yeah, basically... Oh wait. Player, toggle, no-clip. If I did... Oh wait. I'm also supposed to be able to get back over there. Right, because I forgot. I've changed this room so much. That, there, means that now this door is open, I think. What? For whom does this bell toll? Who is this door? I think this door... I know. This is a door that's supposed to be open by default. Yeah, this door is supposed to be open. until this door lock activates. Capacitor outlook. Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. Interesting. And also, I can't click on anything because the area itself takes priority. Ah, well, whatever. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call that good there. And then soon I'll do all the other things that I need, like fix that door that broke. But okay, this place feels like it's getting more and more logical relationships between things. Because yeah, now I know like where the water is coming from and where it's going. It's coming from down here, going up into this, going through this, and then probably at some point would like recirculate, but who knows. Which does beg the question as to why the tanks are over here. But I guess I can just have some pipes going this way as well. But yeah, I really like this cavern. But okay, I'm gonna call that good. I don't even have PowerShell open. I haven't been committing anything that I've done. Okay. Opulent medium, gas, or no, heat sink. Okay. And we'll just have this as the same thing. Okay. Well, that'll be it for today. Because I want to lay down, get my, like, neck some, I don't know, support or something. But alright, thank you for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday with more Kitty Found a Camera. See you later.